What's up, people? This is Who That Edition, your favorite host, Trill Quack. And we in week 4, man. The season is flying by. Great teams are showing how great they are. Trash teams are continue to be trash. And definitely some surprising teams that a lot of people didn't have, in the top 10 or college football contender teams are becoming that. So let's get into it. Preview week 4. Friday, first game, we got 24 ranked Illinois versus 22 ranked Nebraska. A good game, a good Big Ten matchup, good defenses combined, good head coaches going against each other, but I think Matt Rhule is the better head coach. I think Illinois will pull this one out. I think their defense will be big. The defense has forced 9 turnovers so far in only 3 games. Watch out for Xavier Scott. He's a ball hog. He already got 3 interceptions and 1 tutty, forced fumbles. And I think about 12, 11 tackles. He is making a name for himself to be a top draft pick. If he decides to go out this year or next year, be an All-American preseason coming in. But his ability to go after the ball, find the ball, and just, create plays for his team is just, exceptional and one of the best right now. Nebraska forced 5 turnovers, which is great in 3 games. Their defense is stout too. Their linebackers come up and tackle well, and their D-line is crazy with number 9 on their edge. His ability to get after the passer is great, and I think it will come down to Dylan. This is definitely the best defense he will face. I think I'm gonna say biggest game because Colorado, it was a big game, and just because of the prime, effect and the hype between them two. But I think as far as best team versus best team or best defense he will face, definitely is just Illinois team. I think he will struggle a bit. Dylan is a freshman, true freshman, only his 4th game. I think it would show. He didn't show much to me in the Colorado game. That was the only game that I watched fully of him this season. And he didn't really show much. They won that game a lot from the run game. He made a few passes, but it didn't show much to me. Their passing game didn't show much. I think a team like Illinois that won't allow them to just run it down their throat as if they did against Colorado would show big. So I think Illinois will pull this one out. But I think Matt Rhule had them guys ready. So if, there's a bunch of guys open and they're just stopping Illinois, I think that's going to be hats off to Matt Rhule. If not, I think Illinois pull this out in a close one, like 27-23 Illinois. Let's move on to, I would say, game of the weekend. USC 11th ranked versus 18th ranked Michigan. And everybody knows how I feel about Michigan. Michigan is trash, trash, trash. And they will continue to be trash, trash, trash. This week, they are stalling Alex Audrey, who has only thrown 7 passes his entire career. This is his 3rd year in college, but he's only thrown the ball 7 times against USC team that just beat. They're 3-0 and they're part of the best defense USC has had in a minute. So, then, but with that, you're going to say, okay, but Michigan will run the ball. Okay, and USC has allowed 113 yards and 87 yards. Their defense is stout, and they play great defense. So, Michigan is in a rude awakening. They're going to be terrible this week. Last week, they played the other quarterback, and he threw 3 interceptions against Arkansas State. Last week, Michigan won by what? I think 10 points to Arkansas State, and they had to run the ball 44 times. Running the ball 44 times against USC is not going to work. It's going to lead to a long, long night for Michigan and Michigan fans. And Michigan fans are going to be mad because it's going to be the 2nd game in a row where they're getting blown out at their home. Texas blew them out at Ann Arbor, and then I think USC going to blow them out at Ann Arbor. So Michigan, their offense is just so bad, and it keeps their defense out there so long. They're going to get scored on. I'm not saying that Michigan defense is terrible, overrated, but returning 4 starters is just hard for any program, and then you're losing one of the best coaches in Harbaugh. Going to see his success with the Chargers, so it really was really Harbaugh. Like, Harbaugh is really a great coach, and great coaches matter. Not saying that Coach Shane isn't a great coach, but it's just it's a drop, and then he doesn't have much talent that Harbaugh have. So Michigan's success is just not good right now, and he's gonna have to build that up, from ground zero and build it back up. But I got USC blowing these peoples out. Miller Mars, and their offense would be too much. You know, the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, he gets it done. You know what he does. So Michigan is going to be for tough night, tough day for Michigan. Like I told you at the beginning of the season, Michigan will finish the season unranked. They rank 18th right now. They lose this, they may drop definitely outside the top 25. So we going to see. But USC by blowout. Mark it here. You heard it here first. Miller Mars and those boys are too much for Michigan. Trash offense with the quarterback only throwing the ball 7 times so far. But we got a big Big 12 matchup with with Utah versus Oklahoma State. This is a good game. Oklahoma State comes in as 14th ranked and Utah comes in 12th ranked, both 3-0 undefeated. Oklahoma State star player Ollie Gordon has not been doing good this season. He has not been killing the game. Last week he ran for 47 yards. The week before he had I think 60 yards. He hasn't had a 100-yard game yet, and it's been 3 weeks. But it's not because he's trash. It's not because Oklahoma State inability to run the ball. It's because opposing team defense has been forcing him to throw the ball, and Alan Bowman has showed up. He's been letting that ball loose. He's been playing great. He's been airing the ball out, and he's been winning games. He's threw for 300 yards twice in the past 3 games. He's been showing up, but I think it's going to come down to Utah's ability to stop the pass. I think they will load the box like every team will, like you should against Oklahoma State, and Alan Bowman's ability to air it out. Cam Rising is coming back in this game. That would be big. I'm not sure how healthy he is. He's hurt his right hand, which is his throwing hand, so we will see how that really affects him. How much will they throw the ball? I think Oklahoma State pulled this out. Oklahoma State is 14-5 in conference openings, and they only lost 3 games at home, and they are returning 21 of 22 starters. So this Oklahoma State team is built for championship games. They're built for big games, and they're built to win this season because their continuity and the familiarity with the coach, Mike Gundy, and the players and the star players that they have has been there for a while. And I just think when you got 21 22 starters coming back, it's tough for you to be beaten, really by anybody, but it's tough for you to be beaten by a team that's not much better than you in Utah. So I got Oklahoma State winning that one. And about 10, I got Oklahoma State winning that one by 10. I give them 10 points for that one. Now we move on to a good matchup. Tennessee, 6th ranked versus Oklahoma. Good SEC matchup, man. When you see this game, you think Nico, not going to try to pronounce his last name, but Nico is going to be the star, but it's not. I think Dylan Sampson, Tennessee running back, is a beast. He's been running all over. Last week, who that of the week was Tennessee's run game. They ran for 400 yards. And that's going to be their ability. That's going to be what it is. Tennessee comes in a favorite, and they run the ball well. Their defense is stout. Oklahoma hasn't shown much to me so far. I know they beat Tulane last week, and I was wrong on that pick. But it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't that impressive of a win. And then you look at Jackson Arnold. He's the team leading rusher. He's the quarterback. I do not like that. He's not like a Lamar Jackson or that type of quarterback running, or Boston College type running back that's really for running, or that has that speed or that agility to run the ball the entire game. And I really hate that he's their leading rusher. So that's a big reason why I'm not liking that offense. And it's gonna come down to, can Oklahoma stop the run without loading the box? If they have to load the box and defend one-on-one, then Nico going to dial them up, and Tennessee going to blow the doors off them people. But if they're able to stop the run without loading the box, and with that being Mason Thomas, the DN for Oklahoma, he has to have a great game. He has to get out to Nico, and he has to stop the run respectfully on his side. He can't stop the run by himself playing the end, but him on the end being able to stop the run when they run on his side, or just maybe making great plays, slicing that will be big. So they have to stop the run without loading the box. If not, Nico is going to sling that ball. They got Thornton. They got Simpson. They have great receivers over there with speed and a 6'5 plus. So being able to stop the run without loading the box and leaving your corners one-on-one will be the story of that game to me. But I got Tennessee winning that one. Tennessee has looked like a top 3 team for real. Texas and maybe Bama have only looked better than them, but Tennessee have looked great. Like, Tennessee has looked legit this year. I had a feeling Tennessee would be good, but I didn't think they would be this good this early. With Nico really his first year starting and playing all of the snaps, I thought it was going to take a little while. I didn't think Tennessee really had that, the talent like they're showing, but Tennessee has looked good. So I definitely got Tennessee winning this one. I'll say about a good margin. I give them about 12, 13, 2 touchdowns. I'm not a fan, like I said, I'm not a fan of Oklahoma offense. Jackson Arnold being your leading rusher. I'm not a fan of that, so we will see. But I think Tennessee pulls this one out by 2 touchdowns. Now to the big one. I know what you was waiting on. My Buffaloes versus Baylor Bears. And we in Boulder this week, baby. So it's going to be not as exciting a game as we used to when it comes to Colorado. Baylor defense is good. They've only allowed 10 points last week, and they allowed a good 23 against Utah. But once Cam Rising got hurt, their defense stout. But Utah is, I think top team in the conference. But this game will be low scoring. I think it will be low scoring. I think the big question will be how amped up and pumped are Colorado players still. They were very amped and pumped and ready for that game against Colorado State last week. It was beef between them two. This week it seems so peaceful, and each team was just giving each team praise and saying that they're good at this and they're good at that. It just seemed all goody-goody. And I don't like that for Colorado. I think they got to be amped up, to go out there and play well and go out there and get stops. So I don't how amped up or how pumped up are they for this game? Every game is big for them. Every game they need to win. With already one loss with the they have aspirations of making the college football playoffs. So this is a conference game, so it's a big game. But the defense should win this game. Baylor offense hasn't showed out yet. Their passing leaders only got 300 yards. Their rushing leader only have 144 yards, and their receiving leader only have 136 yards. So Colorado defense should win this game. This should be low scoring. And let's get to, my favorite keys to victory. One, I think key to victory, establishing the run. I know I usually say Colorado are the best when they throw the ball, and that's what they do. But I think a game that's slow and low scoring, you want to keep your defense off the field, and you want to try to milk as much clock as you can. So I think establishing the run is big. 2, no turnovers. It may be raining, so turnovers may happen, but you have to win a turnover battle. If you do fumble or something like that, then you got to make them fumble and catch an interception twice. You have to win a turnover battle in a low-scoring defensive game. That's big. You cannot give other teams points or give other teams short, fields when your defense has been balling. And 3, take opportunities and create all points. When you're in field goal range, that kicker has to make that field goal. Or you cannot try to go forward and miss. You have to take all your points. All points is going to be big in this game. A low-scoring game, all points matter, and all points are big, in the final outcome. So those are my 3 victories for Colorado. Again, 1, they must establish the run, use some of that clock. 2, win the turnover battle. In a low-scoring or rainy type of game, turnovers are big and are key. And 3, take all points. All field goals got to go in. You cannot try to go forward and miss it. No 2-point conversions, none of that. All points matter in close defensive type of games. Week 4 is here. Let me know in the comments, man, who you have on these games, who these picks are. I'm Trill, your favorite host. I keep it 2 things true, real. Peace.